Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be making a new cherry video. So this one's, I'm going to dub it season 2 because season 1 was a complete bomb and everything died. So just a quick recap, I have some videos of me trying to get cherry trees to grow here in the extreme heat. Ended up being one of the hottest years on record. Actually, not one of it, was the hottest year on record. The trees survived almost till September before they were finally dead. And I did a video saying cherry video number 3, rest in peace. And that's when the cherry trees finally were done for. So I haven't given up. I learned a lot last year, and I'm going to try to take what I learned last year to get the cherry trees to grow this year. So first off, I want to just start off by saying that I think cherry trees are in one of those elite categories of difficulty for gardening here in the Phoenix area. So I'm not saying it can't be done, and I'm not obviously not giving up, but there's trees that you've heard are difficult to grow here because of the sun, like loquats. You know, you give loquat shade, they're going to be fine. So really just giving them shade is what you need to do for a loquat tree. But they don't like the direct sun, at least not when they're young. The next is avocado trees. And even when transplanting my avocado trees last summer, they've come back. They've been alive for 3 years now. And one of them still hasn't really come back with a vengeance, but it does have some leaves and it is growing, so I haven't given up on that one. But I've added to the collection, and I probably will add more once I get more opportunities for more avocados. Loquats, like I talked about a second ago, they're just really resilient. As long as you give them a little bit of shade, they're fine at first. I've got several batches of those growing in my special area. So I decided, you know what, my loquats and my avocados survived in this area. This is probably a good area for my cherry trees. So this year I got a bare root mini royal and a bare root royal Lee. I've got them against my south wall, and they're underneath the canopy of my citrus. So my citrus, I have complete control over my citrus trees. My neighbor shares a wall where they were planted last year, and he decided to trim the mulberry tree, which is perfectly fine, but it was just kind of the wrong time of year, and it just ended up being too much for them to overcome. The only tree that it's giving us shade right now that I am subject to whether the neighbor keeps it is the sisal tree. But even if those come down, it's still only getting a small amount of sun during the day, which I think every tree needs to have a little bit of sun. Otherwise, it's just not going to be able to do the photosynthesis. It's not going to be able to grow. So this area gets a little more shade. It's the area where my blueberries have survived and flourished. I've got raspberries that are growing and surviving. I've got elderberries that probably need more sun, but they're surviving back here. So it's kind of my experimental shade area. So the next thing I did is I decided to put some Ivy Organics tree paint on them, even in the shaded area, just to protect them from maybe any direct light, just any extra protection these guys can get. So I will be updating us this summer on the progress. As you guys can see now, these trees look great. They were bare roots planted in January. And I'm just hopeful that they're gonna just completely take over this area of the yard. Hopefully I have to rip out other trees just because they're doing so good. But if you guys do know cherry trees in Arizona and you have pictures or whatever, send them to me. I'd love to see them. I did talk to a gentleman in Gilbert who has a friend who has some mature Rainier cherries, but I've yet to see them myself. My eyes have seen a fruiting avocado, so I know they're definitely possible. Loquats, I've fruited them myself, so I know that they're possible. But cherries are one of those that I think the jury's still out on whether or not we're going to be able to see these fruit. I do think that they're going to be able to survive. I think this year I've got it figured out. If for some reason it doesn't work out, I'm going to try grafting cherries onto some of Reed from RSI's rootstock to see if maybe it's the rootstock that's the problem, but I'm hopeful that this is the year. So wish us luck. Hopefully we are able to have some success, and I'll try to do updates in July, August, and September just so we can see the different stages. And hopefully we survive past our September mark that we made it last year. All right, season 2 begins now. Thanks. Bye.